And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the Film Stock channel, but a special one, not just any ordinary live Q&A hangout. No. It is the 10-year anniversary of Stranger Things first premiering on Netflix. That's right. It is July 15th, 2026, 6:01 p.m. Eastern. And 10 years ago today, the first season of Stranger Things premiered on Netflix, and our lives were changed forever. And so to celebrate that, I said, you know what? It's time to run a live Q&A hangout. But on top of that, not just that, we are doing the Stranger Things Awards. That's right. I have created 15 categories that you all have voted on. And during the stream, I'll be revealing the winners of all these categories for basically the best things from Stranger Things. Thought it would be a fun way to commemorate the show turning 10, to celebrate it, and to get a little nostalgic, because honestly, I miss doing these streams leading up to new episodes of Stranger Things. I've still been streaming, but this is like full-on Stranger Things centered, Stranger Things focused, and it just feels right. It just feels right. So welcome in, everybody. I see we already have over 200 people in here. Thank you for joining. Good to see you here. I got a Diet Dr. Pepper on standby, cracking it open, and so refreshing. Love it. And I got all the winners. I have the winners open on a tab right here on my computer. What does that mean? It means I hold the power. I'm like the guy who reads the envelopes at the Oscars. It's not that serious, but I do want to. I want to know who you guys think won these awards. Before I dive into it, as I always do, though, hit that like button. Helps out tremendously. Huge way to help the stream. Hit that like button. We got over 300 people in here, so go ahead and hit that thing. Super chats, so we got to guarantee that I can get to a question, a comment, concern. And other than that, I think we just do it. I'm gonna wait a few minutes until I start announcing the winners. But we're also just gonna hang out and talk shop as well. Like, I don't know how long this will go. We'll see. We'll see how the vibes are. I'm feeling pretty good though with this Diet Dr. Pepper in hand. So I wanted to ask, who do you think won the awards? That's the first question. We're gonna go in order of voting. Who do you think, or rather, which season do you think won? For reference, there were 3,031 responses. And your options obviously were season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and season 5. I'm actually going to pop. I made these beforehand intentionally. Look at me go. Ready? Boom. Best season. We're going to talk about it first because that's kind of the one. So go ahead and sound off in the chat about who you think, or rather, which season you think won best season. I'll announce that in a second. There are tons of you guys in the chat here. I appreciate it. Shout out my boy Jacob, Starcourt Food Court Modding. I believe I saw Jay Hayes in here as well. Shout out him for modding the stream. I'm going to get to as many comments as I can, but I do want to focus on announcing the winners, and then it'll turn into a normal full-fledged Q&A. But we'll talk about it real quick. Sound off. Who do you think won best season? Again, over 3,000 votes, which is insane. Thank you guys for participating. My boy Trevor from Film Geeks actually we talked about this idea a long time ago, and he helped me with it. So shout out him. Kelgray's in here. What's good, man? We got a bunch of people in here. Thank you guys for joining. I'm excited to share the results. I believe #ConformityGate. We've got I'm ready. Jacob in here. I've already crashed out 15 times today from the Stranger Things account being active on Twitter. It'll do that. We have the typical, you got to watch Super 8. It's on my list. Good to see Hayes in here. Happy 10-year anniversary, everybody. Welcome, welcome. England did lose. I actually watched the end of that game. Stacy's in here. Good to see a lot of familiar faces. Shout out again, Starcourt, the man. We got 360 people in here. It's insane. So hit that like button. Helps out a lot. I want to build a little suspense for some of these, but we're about to announce best season, which is nuts. Here we are. I might do like an abridged version of this. This whole stream will be made available, by the way, for those who can't watch live. It'll be made available on the replay. And I might do like an abridged version of it and share that in like short form. We'll see. We'll see. But no, it's good to see so many familiar faces, familiar names here in the chat. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Just clicking through as many as I can right now. Hello there. And we're so back. It feels good. It just feels right. But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and announce. All right. So I see a lot of you guys said season 1, season 3, season 4. I don't see any season 2. There's season 2. Someone said 5 for sure. A lot of 4s, a lot of 1s. Well, I think it's time to go ahead and share the results. I think it's time. Looks like most people predicted, I'm scrolling through here, a lot of 3s and 4s, not a lot of 2s and 5s. Well, what if I told you? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and announce best season. So the inaugural Stranger Things Awards, this could be something I do again, who knows? There were over 3,000 responses. There were 3,031 people who voted. Best season was the first category. And we'll go from bottom to top. I could do top three. We'll go bottom to top. In last place, receiving 118 votes, or 3.9% of the votes, season 5. Season 5 comes in last place in 5th place. Doesn't really surprise me. Kind of expected it to be at the bottom. In 4th place for best season, receiving 176 votes, or 5.8% of the votes, season 2. An underdog season. It's actually significantly increased for me in quality the more that time has passed, and it's not 4 for me. I have it higher than that in my ranking. This is where the awards are going to take a turn, okay? Because this was unexpected for me. In 3rd place for best season, receiving 477 votes, or 15.7% of the total votes for best season, season 1 is in 3rd place. I expected that to either win or be right there with the other two. It is in 3rd place, season 1. That leaves 2 seasons. The suspense is killing me, and I already know the answer. In 2nd place, receiving 29% of the votes, 879 total votes, was season 3. And the winner of Stranger Things Award, or I guess let me figure out how to phrase that. Actually, doesn't roll off the tongue very well. And the Stranger Things Award for best season goes to season 4, receiving 1,381 votes, 45.6% of the total votes for that category. Domination. Almost 50% of the votes went to season 4. So the consensus here among the voters is that season 4 is the best season of Stranger Things. Let me know in the comments what you guys make of that. I want to hear what you have to say. I have it neck and neck with season 1. Season 4 was a very special time. We'll talk about the best era to end the stream. But that's the first award. The first one goes to Stranger Things season 4. It seems like a lot of people are agreeing in the chat. A lot of people are agreeing in the chat. Season 4 was the best. So let me know what you guys think of that. People are fired up in the chat, it looks like. Not all surprising. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a race between 4 and 1, but honestly, 3 came in swinging with an underdog there. 1 should have won. You could certainly argue that. Looks like we actually have a super chat here. I wrote Byler in. So we'll talk about best couple or best duo later in the show. And there were a lot of write-ins for both of those, which I kind of just came to expect at this point. It doesn't bother me. It's like I knew that would happen. But yeah, the winner for that one is season 4, which is honestly, it doesn't shock me that much. It is such a special season of TV, just in terms of, obviously they took the scale to another level. Now, looking at the whole picture, the big picture, all 5 seasons, it is a little disheartening because 5 never reached the heights of 4. So like, it's unfair to say this, but did 4 set up 5 to fail or underperform maybe, or not be as good? Maybe, but that's how good it is. Yeah, I agree. It's one of the best seasons of TV I've seen. Season 4's peak. Chat says fully agree, voted for. Yeah, it seems like most folks in the chat here and just in the stream, or the voters spoke technically, but some saying season 4 is not the best season. So it seems like there could be some controversy. Very interesting. We'll talk about best era later on, but that's the first category. So yeah, thank you guys for being in here. I'm having fun so far. We got 14 more to go. I'm trying not to just zoom through them because I want to build the suspense a little. But it is tough to rank the seasons. It's very tough to rank the seasons. And yeah, we'll move on to the next category now. All right. The next is best episode. Now, I wrote in, I think 5, but you could have selected other. And I do have to shout out season 4, episode 9, The Piggyback. There were a good amount of write-ins for that episode. That's the season 4 finale. It didn't make the top 4 or top 5, but it did. It had an army. There was an army of people out there. So there you have it. All right, the next category is best episode. There were, again, 3,031 votes, and it was kind of a tight race. Like, there's a clear one here, but it's only by 8%, and there's a neck and neck race between the 2 and 3. So let's just do this thing, right? We'll do top 3. We'll do top 3. We'll do top 4. We'll do top 4 here. So in 4th place, kind of, it's weird. When there's a lot of write-ins, you have to do all the math, but it's still technically, I did the math, it's still technically is in 4th. Still technically. In 4th place, receiving 374 votes, Season 5, Episode 4, Sorcerer. One of the highest rated episodes of the show on IMDb. Obviously, this is where Will gets his powers, or rather uses powers by tapping into the hive mind and accessing those of Vecna. He doesn't have inherent abilities. He gets them through Vecna, essentially. And the hive mind, that is. But that is in 4th. Now let's talk about the top 3, because these are where all the votes basically went. Extremely tight race between the 2nd and 3rd. The 3rd place episode is the highest rated episode of the show, I believe, by fans. The 3rd place episode, 610 votes, 20% of the total votes. Season 4, Episode 7, The Massacre at Hawkins Lab. I was shocked by this a little bit. I was a little shocked by this, okay? You've got the whole entire reveal that Vecna is Henry, and one, it is jaw-dropping. It ends Vol 1. It came out, it was the last episode of the first batch of May 27th, and we had a whole month to theorize based on that cliffhanger ending. It was bonkers. That's 3rd place. 3rd place for Massacre. Next up, you've got the runner-up, which almost was tied with that. 668 votes, 22% of the total. Season 3, Episode 8, The Battle of Starcourt, which you could certainly argue is the best episode of the show. It obviously features Hopper's letter being read by Eleven, but also the entire showdown with Billy's sacrifice. It's a fantastic episode. Hopper's sacrifice, he's not dead, but you know what I mean. Great episode, and it could have ended the show, in my opinion. Excuse me. The number 1 episode, and the award, rather, the Stranger Things award for best episode of the show goes to Season 4, Episode 4, Dear Billy. It received 914 votes. So about a third of the votes, which is pretty wild. Now, that episode is top tier stuff. Obviously, the real selling point of this one, and it always has been, is the Max running up that hill moment, right? Where she evades Vecna, running up that hill plays, and she just narrowly escapes death. It's riveting. But people forget this episode also features the one-take shootout in California, which is so well choreographed and directed by Sean Levy. It's one take in the house, well acted by everyone. It's intense. So there's even, I believe this is the episode with like Hopper's prison break where it doesn't really go well for him. So that each plot line has something to do here. So I was a big fan of that. But yeah, that's that. That's the award for best episode. There you go. Those two weren't the most shocking. I was thinking Massacre would beat Dear Billy. That was not the case. But Battle of Starcourt has its ride or dies. I'm one of them, probably. It could be my favorite episode of the show today, if you ask me today. I mean, it changes depending on the day. But that's best episode. Let's see what is the response in the chat to that one. Let's check it out. I got to catch up a little bit here. 4 is the best because of the length of each episode. This is about season 4. Yeah, Dear Billy carries. Let's see. What do you guys think about Dear Billy winning? Yeah, a lot of people wrote in the piggyback. Dear Billy is a banger. Dear Billy is a banger. It's a top tier episode of the show. A lot of folks agreeing it's the best episode. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. Certainly not going to argue with that. I think it's top 4 easily. Easily top 4. And it seems like most of the chat agrees. A lot of people voting for Sorcerer. Some Battle of Starcourt's in here as well. Not a lot of, at least in the chat, not a lot of rep for Massacre at Hawkins Lab, which kind of surprised me a little. But honestly, I think Dear Billy winning is just fitting. It's fitting. It's such a banger. Such a banger of an episode. Again, we've got about 13 more categories I'm going to get through, and then we're just hanging out. So, I mean, I know I always feel weird when I'm not super engaging with answering everything in the chat, but I'm reading through the awards right now. After that, it'll be a normal Q&A. So fire off your questions. I will get to as many as I can. I won't see a lot of them because I'm going to be reacting to the thing, but super chat's the way to go to guarantee that I can see your questions. If you want to like get in the line, the queue, if you will, I'll get to those after I do the awards. Actually, speak of the devil, Pizza with super chat says, love your channel. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I actually have a lot of Christopher Nolan content this week. I reviewed The Odyssey. I was able to see it early, and I've got some other fun videos relating to that coming out. So feel free to check it out. Dear Billy was insane. Certainly was. Dear Billy for life. Sorcerer was better than Dear Billy. That's a hot take, I think. Is it? Sorcerer is awesome, but I felt this way from the jump. I said Sorcerer, when it got that high rating on IMDb, I was like, there's just no way. It's not as good as Dear Billy. It's not as good as Battle of Starcourt. It's still very good. But it's not top 3 of the show good. That's just my opinion. The Body. What a pull. What a pull. I just like to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, there's a lot of really great episodes that, I mean, it's tough. Season 4, Episode 7, robbed, Caleb says. Season 4, Episode 7 is the clear best. It's great stuff, but Dear Billy's on top. Dear Billy is on top right now, guys. All right. Seems like a lot of you folks agree. So let's roll right into the next one. The next one's not a conventional, it's not, someone says Sonatest. That's a pull right there. I love Sonatest. Season 3, Ep 4. Come on. All right. We'll go to the next one. The next category is Saddest Death. Saddest Death. Okay. There were, again, 3,031 votes. Kind of in a landslide, the winner. I won't say who. Now, I will say Max has her ride or dies. I didn't list her because technically she came back to life. I could have listed her as an option. And if I had done that, honestly, she might have won. I just feel like sometimes, since I created the polls, it's if maybe next time if I do this again, I will. Cam's here, by the way.
I heard we were talking about the saddest death.
We are.
I figured I should be here for this.
Well, if I do this again, I was saying for anything, I might have people vote on the nominees, like list them, and then whatever's the most listed, then I would vote. We'd do the votes. But anyway, Saddest Death in there were three contenders here. Third place, receiving 472 votes, was Bob Newby, which surprises me. Bob's death is certainly sad, but I feel like a bit overlooked. Am I right in that? I feel like people overlook his death.
I feel like it was the saddest death until season 4 happened.
Like I would have shout out Smirnoff though.
I guess
he only got 173 votes.
That one is only sad to me because the actor is really good at making his face look super innocent.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't know him like we knew Bob.
The runner-up for Saddest Death, 537 votes. If you believe she's dead, that is 11. I feel like she didn't win because a lot of people believe she's alive.
I don't believe she's dead. So
well, there you go. The winner of the Stranger Things Award for Saddest Death, with an overwhelming 1,569 votes, or 51% of the votes, Eddie Munson. I mean, it's not really too shocking. It's very sad. The needle drop, the acting from Gaten, yeah. It's Eddie. Eddie in a landslide, actually. So brutal.
Him.
What does the chat have to say about that?
Did you see my text?
I did. Is he okay?
He's fine.
Our cat threw up.
When you do best score. When's that?
Later. I'll do it later. I'll tell you. Let's see. I cried my eyes out when Eddie died. Valid. Hellfire for life. Valid. Eddie's was honestly super sad. Max's death it's like traumatizing. Just the level of acting from Caleb, from everyone involved with that. It's a lot. And they both go at the same time. Man. Yeah, if Max had stayed dead, I think I would agree with this. She would probably be the saddest, even though it still is sad. There were a lot of votes for Billy. There were about 100. Let's see, actually. There were 166 votes for Billy. So top 5. Muse, dude. Don't talk to me about Muse. I have a orange and white cat myself, so that one still hurts my soul. Justice for cats in media. They're always getting killed off. A lot of that's actually the same person. Let's see. Yeah, so Eddie it is. Eddie it is. Some say Bob's the saddest. Well, it's Eddie, folks. It's Eddie Munson. Yeah, Teddy. I honestly am not surprised. That's probably the most dominant. Actually, there's one other category that's just extremely dominant, and I'm gonna just go ahead and rip that one. But saddest death, Eddie Munson. Next, we have best duo, and this was the most dominant category. I think 70% of the votes went to the winner. You probably already know who it is. We'll shout out third and second place. And third place for best duo with, again, 3,031 votes was 11 and Max. They received 8.2% of the votes, 249 total votes. In second place with 11.3% of the votes, or 342 votes, Steve and Robin, introduced in season 3. Love them in season 4. And then they have some in season 5, but they're the best in probably 3 and 4 combined. The winner of best duo in a landslide, receiving 2,118 votes, or 70% of the votes, Steve and Dustin. Steve and Dustin are the best duo in the show. I think almost, I don't want to say objectively, because there's like, you technically have like a Hopper and 11, right? But Steve and Dustin from season 2 onward just came in and it gave the show something else. It took it to another level with characters. Their two characters didn't have a ton to do that season, and they were given something to do by the Duffers. They were like, we don't really know where they're at. Let's put them together. They're like an odd couple of sorts that just really worked. Their chemistry was off the charts. Steve and Dustin, best duo. Need I say more? Did you guys know that was going to be? Yeah, no competition, folks are saying. Easy answer. Yep, Steve and Dustin. Duo and couple are different. So duo is not a couple. The next one's actually couple or ship. But we'll do that one next. 70% is insane. Like, overwhelming consensus is they're the best. I would say if it was pre-season 5, like if the show only had 4 seasons, it might have been like 85% of the votes. But I feel like season 5 lost a little bit with those two, in my opinion, at least. That's my least favorite Steve and Dustin season. It's not even close. They still have some sweet moments in the end, obviously, but a lot of what they do in 5, I just don't care for. But yeah, they have great chemistry, undeniably. Best duo in television, some say. Steve and Dustin. It was always Steve and Dustin. It always was. We knew it. That's not really, that's the least surprising one. I think Hopper and 11 are just so thought out. Yeah, that could be my pick, but it's so tough. Tough stuff. So again, that was best duo. The next one is best couple. So romantically involved characters. You know what? This one's kind of dominant as well. Again, 3,031 votes. Let me put the banner up for this. We're doing best couple now. 3,031 votes, receiving 468 votes to third place, about 15.4%. Jopper, or should I say Jopper Nation, rise. I never get sick of that. Joyce and Hopper, I love them. There are days where they're my favorite, but they are not the winners. In second place, this might cause war in the comment section in the chat right now. In second place, receiving 547 votes, 18% of the votes. Maleven, Mike and 11. I know that's controversial to some, but it was Maleven in second place. A lot of Maleven fans out there. Jopper Nation rise. Yes. Good to see you in here, by the way. Hope you're doing well. So a lot of people think Lumax is going to win. What if I told you they weren't even top 5 in votes? I'm sorry, I had to scare you guys. That was awful. The winner of best couple, receiving 1,619 votes, or 53.4%. Lucas and Max. Lumax. If you prefer Mucus, that's fine, but I'm not a fan of Mucus. It's got to be Lumax. Lumax supremacy. Best couple in the show according to the votes, and honestly, probably like not objectively, but close to. They have some of the best writing, sweetest moments. They have a happy, beautiful ending. Yeah, they especially like in season 4 when Lucas helps her, find light and happiness again. I just think of that scene in the RV again where she has the callback. She's like, "That's presumptuous of you." Oh, it's beautiful. So best couple, Lumax. Sound off in the chat. Someone said Mr. Clark and Bookworm. Yeah. A lot of people saying they wish Byler won. Well, there were some write-ins. There were, I think, maybe even over 100 write-ins for Byler. But yeah, Lumax wins. And it seems like that's about right. Yeah, people say Mucus. I'm like, it's Lumax. What are we doing here? Lumax supremacy. Lumax is the truth. Lumax. A lot of love for Lumax in here. Love to see it. Love to see it. Again, we got over 400 people watching live. If you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comments. I'll try and respond to some of you guys. But I appreciate you for tuning in here live. We're getting into the awards. We've done about 5 already, I want to say. Maybe more. Hit that like button. Helps out tremendously. Huge way to up support. And the Lumax love continues in the chat. It looks like Lumax is the clear favorite for best couple. So it winning just makes a lot of sense, honestly. It makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Let's move on. Next award is best needle drop. This was a fun one. I mean, Stranger Things has some of the best soundtracks on a season by season basis for just media. I love me some Stranger Things soundtracks. So here we go. Best needle drop. This does not include original score because we're gonna do that next. This is best needle drop. So it's pre-existing music thrown into Stranger Things on the soundtrack by, other artists like Queen, with Who Wants to Live Forever. That was in one of the trailers. It wasn't in the show, though. Best needle drop. There were actually, you guys probably know it won, but this was really close. Really close. So in fourth place, actually, no. We'll go third. Third and second, one received 13.4%, one received 13.6%. There's a 5-vote differential between third and second place. In third place, 406 votes, Purple Rain by Prince. Purple Rain by Prince. That, of course, plays when 11 dies, if that's what you choose to believe. Right above that by a hair is Master of Puppets, 412 votes. So those are the 2 and 3, according to this vote. Now, there was a lot of love for Separate Ways. It was a write-in. There was a lot of love for Every Breath You Take by The Police. There was love for the David Bowie rendition of Heroes. Heroes by Peter Gabriel received 329 votes, so that was basically third place, because if you tie Master of Puppets and Purple Rain, that was third. And then Should I Stay or Should I Go only received 289. So what is the winner? Well, the Stranger Things award for Best Needle Drop goes to Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, 1,481 votes, 48%. Ooh, I'm looking at the next one. Wow. Only a few votes separate first and second, and they both had a huge chunk. That's going to be fun. But yeah, Best Needle Drop's Running Up That Hill. It kind of became the song of Stranger Things, especially the summer of 2022. So I'm not really shocked by that. But honestly, I don't know if I would give it to that. I think in context, the Best Needle Drop, I'm a sucker for the Bowie version of Heroes because it's like a bookend to the show. It's the newer version, or excuse me, it's like the version of that song. Peter Gabriel is like a rendition of it, but it's like the original, and it just ends on such a high note. I cried watching it. I was reading, like I would cry. I cried for like 2 or 3 days after Stranger Things ended. I'm not making that up. Like I was very emotionally upset by it. And that song it's almost like a trigger for me now, where I'm just like thinking about life. Oh man. But no, I see some super chats coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and answer those. Actually, let's see. This one right here says, "Loving your vids. Keep posting. Do you believe?" Do I believe means do I believe 11 is alive or dead? It depends on the day, but I think it makes the most sense if she's gone and Mike is using this story as a coping mechanism. However, I think that there's a world where like in 10, 15 years, we'll definitively know, and they'll do some sort of reboot or not a reboot, but like a reunion. Continuation. I feel like they left that door open, the curiosity door open a little bit on the off chance they want to bring it back. But hey, it's hard to believe that she's alive. I think it works if whether she is or isn't, they're never going to see her again, probably. So she's dead regardless, in a sense. But no, thank you for the super chats. I appreciate that. I wrote it in Separate Ways because they did a Stranger Things version. Yeah, the Stranger Things remix of Separate Ways is incredible, and it's the remixes that Stranger Things does for songs, Bob O'Reilly for the season 3 trailer, Separate Ways. You've got, what is it? You've got Who Wants to Live Forever for the season 5 trailer. Like, they go all in on those. Even the Running Up That Hill remix. But yeah, Running Up That Hill just absolutely kind of ran through that category, unsurprisingly. Purple Rain should have won, someone says. You've got Running Up That Hill Supremacy, a lot of folks saying. Heroes is up there. Master of Puppets gets some love. I prefer Should I Stay or Should I Go? Yeah, It's iconic, but 48% of the votes, people love running up that hill. People love running up that hill. All right, let's do best original score. Best original score is up next. So, When It's Cold Like to Die is a great shout. And it's used multiple times as well. Multiple times. All right. We're doing best original score. This is music composed by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. This is not including any songs I just listed that were in the best needle drop. This is music that we hear, instrumental music for the show. Perfect timing. Cam wanted to be here for this one. So best original score. The nominee, or this was an extremely tight race between two. Now I want to shout out Eulogy. That was written in a lot. You had Soldiers receiving 138 votes, or about 5% of the votes. The First I Love You received 347 votes, or 11%. But it really came down to two tracks by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. One Blink for Yes had about 27 votes, but a lot of write-ins, it looks like maybe. The two were the Stranger Things main theme and Kids, and it was razor thin between those two, okay? Razor thin. In second place is the Stranger Things main theme. 1,175 votes, or 38.7%. But the Stranger Things award for best original score goes to Kids, receiving 39.8% of the votes, or 1,208. That's the closest we've had with first and second yet.
I'm sorry, there's been a mistake. One Blink for Yes, you've won Best Picture. Please. This isn't a joke. Please come on stage. You guys won.
Card?
You guys won. Please.
Shout out Moonlight and La La Land.
That's my vote. If I had all the votes in the world, it would have gone to One Blink for Yes. Criminally underrated.
Yeah, it's a great track. But Kids wins.
I just wanted to do my joke.
Kids wins. Kids wins. It was really never in doubt. I have a feeling when I put it on the ballot, I was like, Kids is probably going to win. And it did. It did. It's very nostalgic hearing it. It's also like reverbed versions and slowed down versions have made their way all across social media. So Kids is the winner of best original score by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. Kids is so nostalgic. Totally agree. I picked the First I Love You. It changes often though. Yeah, I mean, there's so many you can pick from. Let's see. Yeah. The Oscars fiasco. Kid Supremacy. Kids is a banger. First Love You, Robbed. Yeah. A lot of these are interesting, you know. Let's see. The Stranger Things theme also certainly could have won. I would not have been upset by that at all. But yeah, that's fun. Let's do the next one. The next one this is where it gets really interesting, is after we're doing two actors and then it gets into like moments. There's a lot of variety with the moments. So best performance by an actor, right? Best performance by an actor. Not the way I thought it was going to go. There were 3,031 votes. It's kind of surprising. Okay. In third place, shockingly, receiving only 13.7% of the votes, 417 total. David Harbour as Jim Hopper, third place for that performance, that Emmy-nominated performance. That's insane. That's crazy. I would have given it to him. I want everyone to know that. I think that just the depth of his performance, it's not always in your face outwardly. You know, it's not an over-the-top performance every time, but he's the range he shows throughout the 5 seasons, I would have given it to him. Second place, 15.4% of the votes, 466 total votes. Joe Keery as Steve Harrington. Now, I think he's fantastic as Steve. I do think maybe a little bit of bias for Joe Keery, which is totally fair. Who doesn't love him? I love Joe, DJO spelled, of course, his music. I love him. He's awesome. Was there a little bias there? Maybe. But the winner for best performance by an actor, who's only in 2 seasons, is Jamie Campbell Bower as Henry Creel Vecna 1, receiving 1,459 votes, or 48.1%. I'm a little shocked that he won, honestly. I thought he would be a top contender, but he won. He straight up won. Best performance by an actor, Jamie Campbell Bower. There you go. How does that feel? I really thought it was going to Harbour. I did. I thought a lot of people would write in Finn or Gayton. No, Jamie for the win. Jamie Kimmel Bauer just won that thing. He's great, by the way. Don't get it twisted. But I would not have voted for him, which I think it may be a hot take, but there you go. There you go. I would have voted for David Harbour, but I am not the people. Some people saying Joseph Quinn, Jamie stole the show. I mean, he certainly added a lot to it. He nailed it. He's a great villain. Caleb robbed. You could argue it. Yeah, Jamie Kimmel Bauer with the dub. It's kind of crazy to me, just because I was like whole show and Jamie Kimmel. But hey, he's fantastic. I'm not mad about it. A lot of people voted for Jamie. Over 1,000 people voted for him. He's loved as a villain, and he's honestly, I would say he is an underrated actor just in general. Like, obviously, he's great in Stranger Things, but there's so much more he could do as well. But that was fun. Let's do actress now, and then I'll get to some of those super chats I see coming in. Thank you guys for those. So let me switch the banner here. Best performance by an actress. Okay. We have 3 contenders. It's a pretty close race. Best performance by an actress in Stranger Things. Third place, receiving 632 votes, 20% of the votes. Winona Ryder as Joyce Byers. Mother, if you will. Her best work to me in the show is probably season 1. Every season after that, I'd say 1 through 3, she has the most to do. 4 and 5, and notably 5. She is just like so sidelined. And I hate it for her, but like she just doesn't have a lot to do in season 5, unfortunately. Second place for Best Actress, receiving 810 votes, 26.7% of the total. Millie Bobby Brown as 11. So who's in first? It's between Sadie Sink, it's between Natalia Dyer, it's between Maya Hawke, it's between Nell Fisher, basically. That's who we're up against here. Winning, or rather, the Stranger Things Award for Best Performance by an Actress, receiving 1,281 votes, 42.2% of the total, is... I'm looking at the chat right now to see if they can guess it or not. Is Sadie Sink as Max Mayfield. That's right. The love is real for her. And she's deserved it. I think it's criminal. And I say this like, again, I can acknowledge when things I love are not as, or rather, they're not viewed as prestigiously as other things. That's fine. Like, trust me, I adore the show Succession. It was dominating the Emmys, and rightfully so. But I do think that the Emmys should have nominated Sadie Sink for her work on season 4. That's like probably like of all the things I get pressed about with Stranger Things getting snubbed, that's the one where I'm genuinely pressed about it. Like, that does not make sense to me. She was that season. She went to some really dark places, and it was a great performance, but I feel like it was overlooked because, it's just Stranger Things. It's the 4th time they've done it. Sometimes that happens just in the Oscars, the Emmys, whatever it may be, but that one I'm still irked by. But she got it here. She won the Stranger Things award. All right, now we're getting into best moments. We're doing each from all 5 seasons. The graph for season 4 and season 2 is almost like an equal, like 4-part little pie chart. It's actually very close, and I'm surprised by some of these. But yeah, shout out Sadie Sink. Winona season 1 solo, someone says Sadie was robbed. The Emmys 100% should have been nominated. But no, we're getting into the best moments now. And honestly, I'm surprised. I will say it. Sadie is 100%. She's the best. I cannot wait. Someone kept saying Spider-Man Brand New Day in the chat. 2 weeks from today, I'll be watching that movie. I got the Amazon Prime early screening. I can't wait. So I'm seeing that 2 weeks. I'll have tons of videos about it. But yeah, I can't wait to see her role in the film, everything. It's going to be awesome. By the way, those who have sent super chats, I see them. I'm going to save them for the end of the awards, and then I'll get into those. We'll do a full-blown Q&A as always. But let's do the next. Let's do the moments. All right. So best moment. Let me update the banner here. Best moment from season 1. We're going in order of release. All right. Best moment from season 1. Very tight race. I mean, yeah, there's 4 contenders right here, very clearly. In 4th place, receiving 20.8% of the votes, or 631 votes, the van flip, one of the most iconic moments from season 1, comes in 4th place. Love that moment. Love it. and it's in 4th. The next, let me make sure that my math right here. Yeah. In 3rd place, receiving 22% of the votes or 681 votes, Steve bat flip versus the Demogorgon. So that whole moment in the Byers house where Steve pulls up with the bat, he does this little bat flip. It's in every edit of Steve, of course. 3rd place. Shockingly, here we go. Shockingly, in 2nd place, receiving 24.7% of the votes, only 749 of the total votes. Will's fake body is found at the quarry with Hero's needle drop. That is one of my favorite Stranger Things moments, period, and it did not win Best Moment for Season 1. The winner of Best Moment for Season 1, receiving 813 votes, is 11 saving the day at the quarry with She's Our Friend and She's Crazy. It's a great line, great iconic moment for her. I would have given it to Will's fake body being found, but that's the winner. 11, She's Our Friend, She's Crazy, her iconic walk, her nose bleeding at the quarry. That has been deemed the best moment from Season 1. Thoughts? Let me know in the chat. What are your thoughts? A lot of folks shocked by that. I figured that I knew it wasn't going to be straightforward. Like, I knew there was going to be something, and that won. I don't know how it won, but it won. I'm not saying it's bad, but there are other moments that I would have taken over it. Crazy. Yeah. A lot of people like, what? Yeah. Van flip was iconic. Will's body. I honestly thought this was going to win in a landslide. But no. Yeah. It's pretty wild. The van flip. You would think, but no. Nuts. Pandemonium in the chat. Oh, shout out Leanna for being in here. Let me see where that goes. Hope you're doing well. I did vote for She's Our Friend Crazy. Valid, honestly. I'm just a little surprised about it. I thought it would be the Will's body moment just because of that needle drop, But no, that was about equal. That was like each of those, nominees had 20% of the votes or more, which is crazy. A lot of write-ins for the letters, by the way, for the paint and the Christmas lights. But yeah, that's the winner for Season 1. She's Our Friend and She's Crazy. There you have it. All right, let's do Season 2. Season 2 is interesting to me. Season 2 is a bit of a tight race as well, but one moment actually barely eked out the win. All right, so for Season 2, again, there were 3,031 votes, receiving... honestly, hold on. So I actually went in and added in... So with Season 2, I didn't include Snowball initially as an option. There were so many write-ins that I actually added it. And it ended up receiving 475 votes from just that option. And then there were probably 100 additional votes for Snowball. So it received almost 600 votes. So shout out to the Snowball. If I had made it an option from day one, which is on me for just not doing that, it might have been, I don't think it would have won, but it would have been maybe 3rd or 2nd. So shout out to the Snowball. The love is real for that. Honestly, I don't blame anyone for picking that or writing that in. So next we have 11. 11 closes the gate. That comes in 3rd place. So that's obviously you've seen the shot a million times. She's in her Callie, get up hair, Collie rather. 691 votes for that, 22.8%. Runner up received 23.6% of the votes, 716 total votes. 11 returns to the Byers house. She pulls up at the end of the penultimate episode. It's badass. She launches a Demodog through the window. It's great stuff. But the winner, again, I'm surprised by the winners of these moments so far. Not a bad moment, by the way. 791 votes, 26.1% total. The Stranger Things award for best moment from Season 2 goes to Steve versus the Demodogs in the junkyard. Now, you can probably lump this in with the whole Lucas and Max scene, which is one of their first really sweet, tender moments that kind of laid the foundation for their relationship as a couple. But I'm a little surprised. It's a great moment, but it is a bit quick. That's all I'll say. It's a bit quick. Love it, but it's a bit quick. So yeah, there you have it. Steve on the board. Steve Glaze is crazy. Multiple people saying, what are y'all's thoughts on that? 11 closing the gate is peak. So there are some upsets. I know. I knew it would be crazy. It wasn't always going to be just so cut and dry. Steve versus Billy robbed. Yeah, Season 2 is super underrated. I agree. But that's a real fun one to me. 11 returns not being there. That's wild. Folks saying Joe Keery bias. Snowball's the best. Steven Justin tracks should have won. Yeah, there's so many moments from season 2 that people forget about that it could have been on the board, but alas, they were not. They were not. All right, let's answer some of these super chats real quick, and then we'll hop right in to the best moment from season 3. This first one says, and by the way, thank you for this. Are you going to get the new Stranger Things Target book? I have it. It was actually sent to me by the publishing company. They sent me some books in like a box back in, I think it was the fall. They sent me the this cool hat, this Hawkins Library hat. It was like a Hawkins Library themed box. It had some books, some cool little like knickknacks, collectibles. And so they actually reached out. They sent me the book. I did an unboxing on Instagram. I have it on my shelf right over here. It's very cool. Like I love how when you look at it on the side, so the pages are actually red. It's really in depth, high detailed. Big fan. So yeah, I actually have the book. I haven't done anything on YouTube for it. I should probably post that short. I posted on Instagram. I haven't posted on. Did I post it on YouTube? I can't remember. I don't think I did. I need to do that though. Ethan, thank you for the super chat. I want to rewatch the series, but season 5 kind of spoiled that for me. I don't know about you. No, not at all. I don't. I know a lot of people feel this way. They think 5 like makes it hard to revisit. I don't think so. I really liked season 5. Honestly, I'm aware it's flawed. And I, over time, have acknowledged it as the least, the worst season of the 5 to me. But no, it's not taken away from anything. The highs of the show, no, not at all, not at all. I think they landed the plane when where it matters most with the characters. I can watch season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4 as their own thing, really. So no, it didn't. I still have the desire to watch the show. I always will. It's amazing to me. I love the vibes of Stranger Things. You know. Maria, the super chat says Steve had a great arc, so Steve Glaze is okay. Yeah, Steve is one of the best characters in the show. He's one of my faves as well. All right, let's do the next one. We'll go ahead and do best moment from season 3. All right, so for this one, it's I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked. Now, part of this is my idiocy. I hate to say it. I flubbed again. When I was making this, I didn't include probably the best moment from season 3 as an option. And so I feel like the responses didn't have a chance to, unless you were going to go the extra mile to write it in, which a lot of you did, it wasn't there initially, which is just a complete flub on my part. I don't know what happened. I had written this down to include, and then it just didn't make the final. I don't know what happened. It was completely my fault. It received 4, so I added this option. It was Hopper's letter being read by 11. I added this option late. It still received 466 votes and a lot of write-ins. I mean, probably 100 write-ins, we'll say. Yeah, I think that's about right. So it ended up probably beating out the scene Robin comes out to Steve, which received 530 votes. Billy's sacrifice received 556 votes, or 18.3%. Robin comes out to Steve with 17.5%. And then the Material Girl montage had 366 votes, or 12.1%. But the winner of season 3, and I'm not making this up, best moment from season 3, Dustin and Susie sing Neverending Story, received 30% of the votes, 918 total votes. Does that surprise you? I know a lot, and that's kind of a controversial moment for some. I've always liked it, but I know some people are like, it's too cheesy or whatever. But Dustin and Susie, Neverending Story, people are shocked, but a lot of people like it. I think it fits. It's a nice like comedic relief moment, and just like a great callback, because all season we've been like, is Susie actually gonna show up? And she shows up. But I take Hopper's letter. That's my vote. Again, I probably should have had that as an option from the jump, but that's neither here nor there. Again, I take responsibility for that, but still, Neverending Story has a lot of fans out there still. A lot of fans out there. Hey, it's a banger though. It's a banger. It's a fun time. I enjoy it. A lot of people wrote in Hopper's letter, and I was like, crap. I immediately said, was that not an option? And I went, oh my gosh. I had it in my notes. And sometimes when you're just doing things, you just forget. And it's like, whoa, you gloss over on accident. That's what happened there. But let's do season 4. Best moment from season 4. And then there's only season 5 and then Era, and then we'll go full-blown Q&A. So get your questions ready. Have them ready. it's been fun though, and we're not ending the stream anytime soon. But fire off your questions. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I see it immediately. Hit that like button if you're in here. Let's get to 300 likes. There's 365 people in here. Helps out tons. So go ahead and hit that like button. Do it. Do it. That's my Palpatine impression. Okay, season 4. Best moment from season 4. There were really 3 contenders here. 2 of them were literally tied. They were separated by about, one of them had 406 votes or 13.4%. The other had 418 votes or 13.8%. And you might be shocked. I don't know. There's so many great moments from season 4, but let's just say 13.4% of the votes went to Vecna reveal. The whole moment from Master Dawkins Lab where it's revealed that Henry Creel is Vecna and also won. Receiving 13.8% of the votes is Eddie in the Master of Puppets moment. So those 2 account for about 27, 28% if you add those percentages together. Pretty good chunk of the votes went to those 2. There was actually some write-ins for Jason dies, which I thought was kind of random and funny. One person I think wrote it in. No, a few people wrote it in. That got a kick out of me. In second place, receiving 870 votes, is the epic Running Up That Hill remix. This is when Hopper's fighting a Demogorgon. You know, Steve, Robert, and Nancy are throwing Molotov cocktails at Vecna. That received 28.7% of the votes. But the number one moment of season 4, and I'd say probably the moment of Stranger Things, is Max evading Vecna with Running Up That Hill playing. It's the end of Dear Billy. 1,244 votes or 41%. Not really surprised. It was destiny that was always going to win this, and I'm not at all mad about it. That's maybe the best moment in the entire show. Maybe the best moment in the whole show. Had to be. Yeah, I laughed when I read this. I was like, people really hate Jason. Yeah, goated moment. Goated moment. The Eddie guitar solo, a lot of love for it, though. A lot of love for it. But man, season 4 just has like moment after moment after moment where like that is just all-time Stranger Things stuff right there. Running Up That Hill, it's that moment from Stranger Things. I said this, I think it was when I did the bracket, right? I did the Stranger Things Madness. This was I think March of 2025, I want to say. I did a segment where, or one of the categories was like best moment. And this one, and I said, this is the moment that I would pitch someone Stranger Things with. Like if they didn't care about spoilers and like you had to show them one moment to convince them to watch the rest of the show, I would have chosen Max Running Up That Hill. The epic montage was so good though. Chrissy wake up. I mean, season 4 has so many moments. It honestly is transcendent. This moment right here is transcendent. So anything from 4, any of those winning would have made sense to me, but I kind of had a gut feeling it was always going to be that one. All right, let's do season 5, and then we're right here at the end of it. And then we'll just go full-fledged Q&A, hang out for a little bit, as I always enjoy. Hopefully y'all will stick around for that. I always enjoy doing it. All right, best moment from season 5. There was some competition here. Best moment from season 5. All right, 13.3% of the votes, or 402, went to the Lucas and Max reunion. This is in technically the opening moments of the 7th episode, The Bridge, and they reuse Running Up That Hill. It's very well acted, very sweet. In retrospect, and I've maintained this, it very much irritates me that wasn't the end of the 6th episode. They should have just kept that as the end. It almost feels a little cheap in retrospect that they were like, we're going to save that. But yeah, I have issues. Like one of the issues with season 5 is the allotment of what's in the episodes to the episodes. I stand by the fact that they could have extended the penultimate episode and included some of the stuff from the beginning of the finale, but they really wanted to have a finale that was theatrically released, and so they had to have it be like 2 hours. Excuse me. Okay. Runner-up for best moment from season 5, receiving 19.2% of the votes, 583 total votes. The final D&D campaign in the epilogue. So the final moments with, Mike telling the story of what happens with everyone's lives and 11 being out there and everyone saying they believe, all that only received 20% of the votes. But the winner really, frankly, overwhelmingly for best moment from season 5 received over half the votes, 51.8%, 1,570 total votes, Will Byers uses powers for the first time. There's the Will moment. I know everyone in the chat was like, Will's so underrepresented. There's your Will moment. Will's power reveal it's kind of the moment. It's like the it moment from season 5 where it's like, okay, this is it. I remember Twitter and social media just buzzing after that. The build up to volume 2 was like everyone was on cloud 9. It is it's one hell of a way to end an episode. Like, it's sick. I rewatched it, fairly recently, and I was like, that's awesome. So it just checks out. It makes sense. That's the winner. That's the winner right there. It's the Will the Wise, the GOAT, as they say in chat. Yeah, he got to have his moment. And that power reveal was, it was jaw dropping and it was gutsy. I really didn't expect them to full send on it, and they did. And there you go. You effed with the wrong family was robbed. Certainly, there were some write-ins for that. Max wakes up scene. I really enjoy that one as well. That again had a lot of votes, but the will moment was it's too much, too strong. The power was too real. Final epilogue's the ultimate callback. Yeah, I think the epilogue's damn near perfect. Like that, I maintain that. All right, let's do the final question, the final award, and then we'll go full-fledged Q&A. We'll talk Stranger Things. We'll talk whatever you want. We'll fire off questions. It'll be a fun time. But the final award of the night, and then we'll just go full-fledged hangout, is best era of Stranger Things. So this is not the best season. This is the best time period in which the seasons were coming out. For reference, season 1 would have been the summer of 2016. Season 2 would have been October 2017. Season 3 would have been that summer with July 2019, right on the 4th of July and onward. Season 4 would have been, the summer of 2022, basically May through July. And then season 5 would have been November through December of 2025, with the caveat of us having the off season. I could have almost added the era between 4 and 5 as the best, because that was when we were all theorizing endlessly and we're getting the freaking raw stuff for photo dumps. All right, because there are only 5 categories, no ability to write anything in, I will just go straight up. But let me know right now what you think the best era is. Let's see what the chat's saying for this final question. A lot of season 3 2019s in the chat. A lot of love for the 4 and 5 era. 22 and 25 definitely were the most hype. 3 had the summer vibes, the teasers. 4 was fun. Season 1 love right here. Not seeing a lot of the season 2, which I think is a criminally underrated era. Yeah, it came out like a few days before Halloween. I still remember that it was a crisp fall day for me. I came home from school. I was a senior in high school at the time. And I came home, I watched, I think, the first 4 episodes, bang, bang, bang. And then my favorite football team, college football, they played Saturday. And so I had that to look forward to. We had a long weekend, I think. It was glorious. Gosh, it was such a fun time. Stranger Things 4 era is getting a lot of love here. Leanna says a lot of folks in here going 4. Well, let's see. Let's reveal the winners. Season 2 is probably going to go down as the most underappreciated season of this show forever. And we're going to have to learn to accept that. All right. Let's do this thing. Let me put this up real quick. Best era of Stranger Things. All right. From 5th place to 1st place. In last place, the weakest era, at least in terms of the voting, only had 97 votes out of 3,031 and had 3.2% of the total votes. This was the season 2 era, which is 97 total votes. I love and am very nostalgic for this era. It was definitely before Stranger Things, I'm hesitant to say was big enough, but had broken through to it being like the event that it was, if that makes sense. But I still vividly remember watching it that weekend and like the excitement in school, for like people being like, Stranger Things is out today, and then talking about it the next week, and it just being fall. Like I'm very nostalgic for it. So it's in last, but it's still I look back fondly at that era. Next play in 4th place, receiving 158 votes, 5.2% of the total votes, was the season 1 era. This was July 2016. Hesitant to even call it an era. It was more of like an introduction, right? There was no buildup because no one really knew what was going to be the cultural phenomenon that was. I remember seeing the teaser on Netflix. It opens with the sprinkler head. I watched that thing a few times when I was just scrolling on Netflix randomly. That era, though, simpler times, smaller scale show. It was almost not indie, but it was like, oh, have you guys seen Stranger Things? It's a really cool new show. And so it was like the beginning. So I get why this one's lower. I think season 2 era is better than season 1 era. for me in terms of like timing, because there was the anticipation of what's to come. Now, this is where things get interesting. Receiving 528 votes, or 17.4% of the votes. This is the third place era. You've got the season 5 era, right? That's right. This is November to December of 2025. I maintain this position. Maybe I'm insane. Something about the build up to 5 was special. Like 1 year ago today, right? We were all anticipating the trailer. We were all like, oh my gosh, they're dropping the teaser tomorrow. That I almost miss more than the era itself. I don't know why that is. I think it's because it overlapped with the holidays. It was so chaotic. I don't know what it was, but the 5 era I still adore. It wasn't that long ago. We're still kind of in it in a way, but that's third place. Right in second place, the runner-up, receiving 951 votes, 31.4%. Season 3. July 2019, what a time to be alive. That summer, it came out on the 4th of July. Very on brand. Summer 2019. I mean, it was damn fun. It was damn fun. But the best era of Stranger Things, the Stranger Things award for best era of Stranger Things goes to season 4. This was May to July of 2022. Received 1,299 votes, 42.8% of the votes. That checks out. The season 4 era is the best era. Like, there's no dancing around it. There's no getting around it. The season 4 era, unmatched. The marketing, the daily discussions on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. It was like an event. Every day I woke up and I thought about Stranger Things for all of May, all of June into July into August. Like, what's next? It took the world by storm more than it ever had. Like, it was really big with season 3 and 4 or 3 and 2 and 1, but like 4, it was like it broke through the stratosphere. Like, it was out of control how big the show had gotten. And it's really where I also found a lot of the community as well. So I'm very nostalgic for that. But it does, it does warm my heart thinking back on that. It was a very special time in life, the summer 2022. Like, I like that era of Stranger Things, like without, like, I don't know if I would have the channel today. Like, that is how it crucially even was just for me. Like, it was formative for my content creation journey, but I also just met a lot of awesome people through it. And so to me, yeah, the show itself obviously was operating a very high level, but the time period I'm very nostalgic for. I also went to a lot of filming locations for the first time in that time period. Big fan of that era. I think it totally deserved to win, and I'm not at all surprised it won. Yeah. Love the season 4 era. The time between volume 1 and 2 was special. The promotion was unique. Yes, wholeheartedly agree. Season 2 build up was special. Agreed. Leanna says, theorizing what could be for season 5 will forever be major nostalgia. A wonderful time for the fandom. Yeah, it was. I mean, like I still am nostalgic for the Upside Down Con, which I don't know if you guys heard what happened with the company that runs that. You can do your own research, but the con itself and the meeting everyone there and like hanging out, I'm nostalgic for that. Fall 2024, like everything. The Ross Duffer photo dumps. Season 4 era was just special though. Season 4 era was awesome. I honestly kind of wish I could take a trip back in time as well and go visit it. It seems like everyone agrees 4 was just golden. The 4 era was just golden, honestly. It really was. But yeah, that was fun. I'm trying to I had a blast doing that. And the stream's not going to end right now, by the way. The time between 4 and 5. Yeah, no, for real, honestly. So my buddy Jacob Starcourt actually just texted me with some info. This is sort of a recap of the awards, if you will. So let me add a banner real quick. Recap. So we're recapping things real quick, okay? So he kept track of what season won the most awards and what character or actor won the most, okay? So season by season, the most awards went to season 4. It won 5 awards. Season 1 won 1 award. And there weren't really many for 5, 3, or 2, it looks like. But season 4, almost in a landslide, won a lot of these things. In terms of characters winning awards, Eddie won an award for Saddest Death. Steve won 2 awards. Dustin won 2 awards. They were a duo together, and then they both had some individual ones as well. Sure. Thank you.
Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, sponsorship. Max had 3 awards, 1 going to Sadie and 2 for the character. Vecna had 1 award, 1 being for Jamie Campbell Bower's performance. 11 had an award. Susie had an award, and Will had an award. So not represented on this sheet, according to the man himself, Starcourt. There's no love for Mike Wheeler in here. There's no love for Lucas in here. There's no love for really Hopper in here, or Joyce, Nancy, and Jonathan. Robin all kind of got shut out. So it's crazy, but it's very clear just based on the community here and the responses that the people love season 4. The people love season 4, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. But yeah, that says it for the awards segment here. I'll probably clip some of that, post it on short form, maybe post a video out of it. That could be fun. But let's keep the vibes rolling. I don't want to end the stream here just because we finished the you know, the question or the awards, I guess. Let's do a full-fledged Q&A. We actually have a super chat here to kickstart it from Josh. Shout out Josh. He's always been in these streams for Stranger Things. He says, my hottest take is that Steve should have been killed at the end of season 1. The reason being is because I think the show spends too much time with Dustin separated from his friends, and this is a party-wide problem post-season 1. You make a compelling argument here. Like, certainly you do. Outside of season 1, Dustin really is separated from the core group for every season. Season 2, he's doing his own thing with Dustin after the first few episodes. Season 3, he's with the Scoops Troop. Season 4, he's with like Eddie a lot, but he's still technically there. But everyone is split up in season 4, like Mike and Will are in California. And then in season 5, he is with the older kids, with Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve. So yeah, you make a good argument, but I am willing to sacrifice his time with the group for the Steve and Dustin moments because that's how electric and great they are as a duo. I wish there was more of a balance there. In fact, Josh, I think in retrospect, doing like a Stranger Things retrospective, I do think we were robbed as fans of a lot of the party together. They're the core of season 1, and we don't get a ton of them as seasons progress. We get less of them as a group doing things together. That was promised in season 5. It wasn't really delivered if you think about it, which is kind of upsetting. 11 is with Hopper most of the time. To the point I just made, Dustin's with Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy. You got Will and Robin running off with Joyce, and Mike and Lucas are kind of just chilling a lot. So we definitely were robbed of the party dynamic, but I do think I'm willing to give some of that up for the Steve and Dustin moments because they're just that great. They're that great. But I hear you, Josh. I do. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But dude, that's a good point. You make a very interesting argument there. I love season 3 and 4. Yeah, what a time. What a time. Doing this live instead of watching the Football World Cup semifinals. Well, that already happened. that ended a while ago. I hate to break that news if you thought it was on right now. It came on a while ago. I won't say the result, but it was on at 3:00 my time, and it ended probably. I mean, I watched the end of it, so I think it probably ended around 5:30. No, even before then. Like it was pretty quick. Yeah, unfortunately, the semifinals were over. I won't spoil it, I guess. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, I have a Kate Bush cassette tape. Very nice. Very nice. Love a little collectible like that, where it's not like Stranger Things put that out. It's something you just have, and then Stranger Things brought it into the show. It's awesome. Lucas is a criminally underrated character. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. He's one of the most underappreciated characters in the entire show. Nancy got pretty much no love, which is wild. It's wild. Nancy was badass. I agree. I can't handle all the England chat right now. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. That's why I like Tales from 85, because of the party dynamic. Yeah, that's fair. My thing is like it just doesn't feel authentic to me. It's just like watching a copy of what I love, and because of that, I can never buy into it, unfortunately. I wish I could. Imagine Stranger Things without the Steve and Dustin friendship. It wouldn't hit the same, so I'm willing to like sacrifice some things, honestly. Hayes with the great question. Thoughts on the VHS special edition of season 1 released on Netflix? Haven't watched it. I've seen clips from it. It's really cool conceptually to released this like special edition of the show with just, technical changes made. Like it's still the show itself. They didn't change anything about that. They just added like VHS filters and like crackles to the audio. Very vintage, very on brand for Stranger Things. Excuse me. I don't mind it. Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. Like I don't know if I'm gonna go out of my way to watch it necessarily. It's cool though. It's more of a novelty thing. I don't know how many people are gonna watch it that way, but it's there if you want to. Yeah, it would be brutal not to have season 2 through 5 Steve and Dustin. So it's tough. Regarding the earlier question, what Stranger Things Funkos do you have? I have a ton. I could show you guys a whole shelf of them over there, but I don't want to move the setup right now. It would be too risky to destroy the wire that my mic's hooked into. But no, I have a lot of them. I have most of the season 5 ones. I need to get the newly released Steve and then the Dustin graduation one, but I have a lot of Stranger Things Funkos. I didn't even finish Tales from 85. I can't blame you. I mean, I can't blame anyone who doesn't want to watch it or get into it. We got a super chat here. Thoughts on the Arrow video box set coming out? I'm hyped. I actually pre-ordered it a while ago, months ago. So it should be coming in the mail. I think it comes out July 27th. So that week, hopefully it comes early maybe. But I plan to do an unboxing video and post that as a full YouTube video here on the channel to showcase it for everyone, for those who might not have been able to get one or are considering getting one, to showcase that. But it's gorgeous, the artwork. I mean, it's a display piece. As a collector of physical media and a lover of the show, it's just a dream come true. And so I'm very excited for that. I also saw today they released the complete vinyl box set of all the original scores. That's the Kyle Dixon, Michael Stein music. They cooked with that. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting that. It's a bit pricey, honestly, but certain things for shows I love and movies I love, like I'm willing to maybe spend a little more than I normally would for things, but we'll see. I had to get the actual show itself though, especially in the world we live in where Netflix tomorrow they could take down Stranger Things and you could lose access to it, or they could make changes to it. So we'll have the pristine quality cut of all the episodes that I can watch forever. So I feel safe almost with that. That's why I love I've bought DVDs my whole life and then Blu-rays and now like 4Ks and Blu-rays. I like to just own it. And lately, even like, for example, and this is why I'm a proponent of physical media, is like I have my family has a Disney Plus account, and Disney Plus has done like this password crackdown. It's very irritating. So I have my own Netflix. I have my own like of them, but like there are some streaming services where like my parents have it, so like I can just watch it. But some like I have my own, right? Well, Disney Plus is one where I was just like, oh, my parents have Disney Plus, so I'm gonna just use that. Well, they're like, oh, you can't do it. And I'm like, I could just sign up for Disney Plus, but like I had this whole Pixar thing. I was watching through a bunch of Pixar movies. Well, I own a bunch of them, so I was like, I'll just watch them there. And then I was like, I realized I don't even really need it because I was doing the Star Wars movies, and I was like, oh, I own them all, so I can just watch them that way. I own Andor season 1 physically, so I watched it physically on 4K. So pretty cool stuff. I'm a big proponent of owning the physical media. To answer this question, yes, I will be doing an unboxing. Very excited to share that video. I'll answer this one. What Stranger Things Funko Pops do you have signed? And which Stranger Things cast members have you met? Yeah, this is a fun one. So you can see behind me, this is signed by Finn Wolfhard from MegaCon. This is Gaten from MegaCon on a Dustin Pop. This is Caleb on a Lucas Pop from the Upside Down Con. Right here, we have a Steve Funko Pop. It's actually the, there you go. It's the season 1 when he's got beat up, signed by Joe Keery. That is Joseph Quinn, signed at Fan Expo Dallas. And then this one, I don't want to move it too much, but there's one right here. It's signed by Jamie Campbell Bower. It's the Henry, rather like the orderly outfit, the white. And he's holding his hand out like this. It's exclusive. It doesn't have blood on him. Over there, I have assigned Jonathan and Nancy from season 1. I have assigned, so Natalia and Charlie. I have Millie Bobby Brown signed 11 from season 3. I have, I think that's it for signed Funkos from Stranger Things. Yeah. Unless I'm really forgetting something, blanking hard. I don't have Noah. I don't have David Harbour. I don't have Winona. Oh, I have another Joe Keery. I forgot one. I have Maya Hawke. I have Maya Hawke and Joe Keery on their Scoops Ahoy Pops right next to each other. So those are my favorite. I love those. So Yes. And in terms of Stranger Things cast, I've met everyone I just listed. And then I also did a panel. I hosted a panel with Andriy Evchenko and Alec Utkoff in 2024. I hosted it, so I was able to do it with them on stage. It was very cool. And then I also have met, I think that's it, actually. No, Joseph Quinn, technically, met him at a con. Oh, technically, Carrie Elways, who's Mayor Larry Klein, met him briefly in an Atlanta con one time. We have a Grace Van Dyne autograph. We met her briefly. I think that's everyone. I could be forgetting because there's a lot of them. But yeah, met a lot of the cast over the years. It's they're great. I love all the people I met from Stranger Things have been awesome. Did you watch the Polaroid Memories interview they dropped today? I've seen some highlights from it on social media. I haven't sat down and watched the whole thing. I know I need to, but yeah, I saw highlights and I was like, this is fun. It's probably something I need to watch. Are you rewatching Endgame in theaters in September? Maybe. It depends on how much they actually add. Favorite YouTuber? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I went through all the awards. You can catch who won on the replay, but all of the winners have been announced. I don't think we'll get any bloopers, unfortunately. I wish, but I feel like that ship has sailed. It's a little too late in the day now. It's fun to be nostalgic over Stranger Things, honestly. Star Wars Fanboys in here, shout out him. Did you see the video? So I kind of addressed that earlier. Haven't seen that video yet, but I've seen clips from it. Hayes says, did we get any other info on the first Shadow? Nothing. Did we get anything for Tales from 85? Nothing. Did we get anything for live action spinoff? Nothing. We got a cool poster. We got some announcements for merch stuff with like the vinyl, but we haven't gotten a ton, which is fine and kind of expected, but we still got some good stuff. I'm pumped for Brand New Day. Can't wait. I haven't seen this, to be honest with you. I've tried to avoid some of the marketing for Brand New Day lately. I feel like they're showing too much. And so I'm trying to go like in the dark on it. So I don't even know, but I do think they're going to try and do something with the symbiote in Brand New Day. Leanna says, have you ever been to any of the Stranger Things Halloween Horror Night events? I have not. I've seen, walkthroughs and pictures and videos, but I've never actually gone. I really want to. And I saw they're doing like a new show, Stranger Things theme this year. I'm like, I want to see if I can swing it and get down there. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but like I would love to, especially for it being season 5, probably the last time they'll do Stranger Things for it. I'd love to try and make it happen this year. I would love to try and do that. By the way, thank you guys for hanging out still. I know we have about 198 people in here. Hit that like button. Helps out tremendously. It's a huge, huge help. I don't know how many likes we're at. If we're not at 100, let's try and get to 200. It's very doable. Let's do it. And again, super chat's the way to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. We have talked a lot of Stranger Things, and we will continue to do so in the stream, but we'll talk a little bit of other stuff as well if things come up. Like, for example, what's your favorite season of Breaking Bad? Season 4 or 5? It's a freaking coin toss. My favorite episode is probably Felina, which is the series finale. Matt's in here. Shout out, Matt. Go get a candle from Matt, okay? Go do it. He's got some really good candles. Go check him out. Matt's Smelly Good Stuff. Smelly good stuff or just smelly good stuff? One of the two, but please go do it. Random question, but does the Odyssey say the F word? It does. At least once off the top of my head. I think a few times, though, but at least once for sure. Have you seen Obsession? I have seen Obsession. It's logged on my Letterboxd if you want to see my little review of it. It's my top 5 of the year. I've seen 29 2026 releases. It's my top 5. Dude, enjoy. I'm seeing it again tomorrow. I'm seeing the Odyssey Round 2 tomorrow, 70mm IMAX. I'm thrilled. First time with 70mm film. This will be the big screen, the real deal. And allegedly, I will also get to see some of Doom 3, which is pretty exciting. Matt's smelly good stuff. There you go. Check him out. About to hit 300 likes. Let's do it. Thank you guys for the support. Have you heard about the 3-screen theaters for Brand New Day? Yeah, so like Screen X, right? I'm not a fan of Screen X. I think of all the formats, that and 40X are two that could be completely gone away, and I'd be like fine with it. Byron says, if you got cast in Stranger Things in any role, what would you choose and why? I think I would have the most fun playing Steve. That's also just such an obvious pick. He's the cool character. He's one of my favorites. But I think now I would want to be Hopper. You get to do a lot. you get to fight a Demogorgon with a sword. I mean, Hopper, for sure, would have to be an answer. Do I think anything else will happen with Stranger Things today? Unfortunately, probably not. I do love a good Diet Dr. Pepper. I call it DDP. It's one of my favorites. I have a sip right now. I'm all hyped up on caffeine right now. You know, I'm probably not going to sleep tonight. I might watch a Nolan movie. I'm on a Nolan kick. Bad. And there's nothing wrong with that. Happy Stranger Things anniversary to everyone, actually. Cam and I have been dating since December of 2016. And we get married next month. I don't know. I think a lot of you already knew that, but if not, breaking news. Favorite cast member I met? I think it's between three off the top of my head. It's between Finn Wolfhard, who was lovely to talk to, Gaten Matarazzo, and Joe Keery. I think those are the three that stood out the most to me off the top of my head. The briefest interaction was with Millie. They had to rush us through the line for the photos and the autograph, so I barely spoke to her at all. But I've talked to everyone. I tried to make a conversation with everyone else. I didn't get to speak to like Jamie Campbell Bower much, but Joe Keery I got to talk to. And then I'll never forget when I walked up for the picture in my Hopper cosplay, and he was like, dude, it's freaking David Harbour in the flesh. And I was like blushing. I was like, thank you. I think those three. And I was able to talk to Finn Wolfhard about some cool stuff. And then Gaten was just chill. We talked about like musical theater, and he was dope. So, yeah. Other than that, like, I think Maya Hawkeye was fun. It's fun to bring up like other projects when you're at a table with, you know, getting an autograph. Like, oh, like I loved your as Anxiety and Inside Out 2, you know, something like a little more niche. But those actors from Stranger Things were great. They were great. They were all great and lovely though. I don't even know if this is a thing. Can you do some polls? Maybe on Twitch. Is that a thing on YouTube now? Nothing for the First Shadow is kind of crazy, and I don't know what they're holding off on. But if I'm being honest, they're probably going to wait and release that like on Stranger Things Day this year. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. How do you meet a cast member without spending money? I don't know if that's possible, honestly. That's just the way that is with the conventions. You could maybe, I mean, yeah, I feel like you might be able to actually walk up to them at a con, but you have to spend money to get in the cons most of the time. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. We got a super chat here from Charleston Tracy. Do you have any question? I know there's no question here. Let me look in the chat. Did you have a question to go with this? I know sometimes, let's see if there's a question you got too, I'll be sure to look for it and get to it. Okay. Where was I in the chat? Let's see, somewhere around here. Do I think they can nail a live action spinoff? I'm a little concerned. I think it's just, I mean, we'll see. I think it has to be like within the world of Stranger Things, but very, very detached from Hawkins as well. Because I don't want them to confuse the canon or make anything more confusing than it needs to be. Chris, if they were to bring back the Stranger Things characters for a spinoff, what would you want their characters to do in like 5 to 10 years? I would like to see the core party get back together for some sort of mystery. I think you have to have 11 in Stranger Things, but if she's dead, I mean, you could just do something on Hawkins, and it could be. The thing is, it's going to be so hard to capture the magic. It's going to be tough. I would like to see a season 4 style plotline where they're like investigating something from the past in Hawkins, but how can they do that without supernatural elements? And how can they introduce supernatural elements without basically bringing back the Upside Down? It'd be really brutal and tough. It'd be tough to swing. Brady with the super chat. Good to see you in here, Brady. And thank you for the super chat. It says, I've been watching every Nolan movie I haven't seen before. I see The Odyssey in 70mm IMAX on Friday. Are you going to make a Nolan ranking video? I am going to make a Nolan ranking video. Absolutely. It is Wednesday. I plan to have that out hopefully over the weekend or next week. I'm going to watch a few more. I've seen all of his movies, but there are a few I want to rewatch again to get some updated thoughts on. And I'm very confident that ranking video should be out over the weekend, but if not, early next week. But that's the plan right now. I will be seeing the Odyssey. I can't rank the Odyssey until I see it a second time. So I'll see that again tomorrow, and then I'll be able to rank that more confidently. So earlier in the stream, I actually revealed the results. If you want to rewind, feel free to. But I announced the winners of the awards earlier. Speaking of the Odyssey, it is 2 hours and 52 minutes. All right, where was I in the chat? Somewhere around here. Thank you, Annabelle. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm also pretty shocked it's been 10 years. Like, it's... Where'd all the time go, you know? It's nuts. It's nuts, really. Let's see. Looking through the chat here. And thank you guys again for hanging out. There's still 187 of you guys hanging out in here. I'm having a good time, so I hope you guys are as well. Well, peace. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for stopping in. Happy Stranger Things anniversary to everyone again. Have I seen Enola Holmes? I've finally seen Enola Holmes films after years. I've seen all three. I would say the second one is my favorite one. It has the best sibling dynamic between Sherlock and Enola, and the best mystery. All right. Joe Keery's the man. He's a lovely soul. Yeah, Maya Hawke crushed the role of Anxiety for sure. For sure. I think season 4 was the one who was the thing or the best thing from Stranger Things. It won so many awards, but you got to go back and watch if you haven't seen. Will Netflix reveal Conformity Gate? No, I think that is long gone and was never really going to happen, if you want my honest opinion. I've never seen Summer of '84, but I've heard about it. Live action Mr. Clark spinoff and Erica, and throw in Murray, it would feed families. I do think Ella's dead. I talked about this earlier. I think she's probably gone. Yeah. It just makes the most sense narratively, but it sucks, but I think that's probably what happened. Hot take, season 4 is the worst. That is a hot take. A steaming hot take, mind you. Yeah, that's a one of the hottest takes you can have, actually, for Stranger Things. Enola Holmes 1 and 2 are goated. I really enjoy both. Yeah, quite a bit. I even enjoy the third one, but I do think it's the worst. I'm going to see Joe again in August, opening for Tame Impala. Dude, have the time of your life, man. He was in Atlanta. I didn't end up going, but I had some friends that went. I heard it was an incredible show. I don't have any Spider-Man Brand New Day Funko Pops currently, but you never say never. I haven't gotten Funkos for anything in a while. I got a lot of Stranger Things ones, but I haven't gotten other Funkos recently that I can think of in a while. But I love me some Funkos. They're addicting, though. You guys know that. Once you start collecting Funko Pops, you can't stop. I have not seen the Topps 2025 Stranger Things card set, so I cannot speak to that. Yeah, season 4 rules. Love this question. Hey, Chris, who's your favorite actor or actress from Stranger Things, and who do you think will become the most successful? So they are two different answers for me. I think Sadie Sink will become the most successful. I think that she will win awards. This is only the beginning of her career. I think she will be the most successful. She's already lined up to be in the MCU, which is not a guarantee for success, but exposure is big. And I think she's pure talent-wise, she might be the best actor in all of Stranger Things. My favorite, probably David Harbour. Yeah, probably him. I'm excited to see Violent Night 2 later this year. He's obviously going to be in Avengers Doomsday. But I think he's probably my favorite. You know, I would say, yeah. I'm really excited for the future of Gaten Matarazzo, though. He's going to be in Octet, which is directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It stars Rachel Zegler, Amanda Seyfried, Tremel Tillman, Jonathan Groff. Like, what are we talking about? I'm looking forward to that. Declan says, do we get the Doomsday trailer at Comic-Con? I believe so, if not sooner. Apparently, tickets are going to go on sale next week, and they could drop something to attach, like a trailer for that. But definitely, like, the latest we're getting it is July, 10 days from today. July 25th. Yeah, I love Inception. It's one of my favorite Nolans, if not my favorite, depending on the day. Let's see. Let's see. Well, happy early birthday. I'm actually seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day on your birthday. Best directed season, I would say season 1, probably. Start an MC marathon. That's a marathon now. It truly is. Like marathons, we say, oh, this is a marathon of movies. That's truly a marathon if you're doing the shows as well. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Welcome back, Jacob. Good to see you here. Top 3 summer foods. I don't eat these all the time, but when I think of them, I think of the summertime and they're good. Watermelon, but like really fresh watermelon. Like a home, like not just any cheeseburger, like a grilled burger from home, fresh ground beef. And then like for me, I love potato salad. So I would say those, like a homemade potato salad. That's like a summertime food. Or like ribs. Oh yeah. Good stuff. OBX5 next month. P. Pharrell, you already know, August 20th. I'll be making lots of TikToks about that, probably more than anything. But I will have videos here as well on the channel. Yes, I love Joe. My favorite song from him is probably... I think the most moving song from him is probably Egg. It moves my soul in ways I can't even verbalize. But my favorite song from him is... It might just be Change. It's either Change or... I really like Change. I really like Roddy. I really like... I mean, any Joe song, but Link, I'm a big fan of. The Crux Deluxe has some bangers. T-Rex is Loud's pretty good. Yeah, anything he does, I love. So yes, I do listen to Joe often. Let's see. Yeah, a 10-year anniversary of Stranger Things is today. MJ and I, we're going to have a hell of a time. I think that I quote Defoe's Green Goblin from Spider-Man more than most characters. Misery, misery, misery. Avenge me. Oh my gosh. What else? I used to say this one all the time. You know how much I sacrificed? Watermelon is fantastic. Southern cooking is amazing. Is Outer Banks worth watching? If you can embrace the cheesiness, if you can embrace the ridiculousness and the teen drama, yes. If you can embrace that, then yes. Ribs are so delicious. P. Pharrell OBX official edition. I hope they drop it tomorrow. Last time we were on a stream, I said, or a few times ago, I was like, they haven't dropped anything for Outer Banks. They're never going to do it. And the next day they dropped it. So right now, let's manifest that we get an Outer Banks Season 5 trailer tomorrow. If that happens, I don't know what I'll do. Back on You's a banger from Joe. You know what else? Oh my gosh. Delete You's a banger. Change Decides a great album. I love a lot of his music. Like, I mean, genuinely, I've listened to all of his songs, but like, let's see, actually. Let's see. Can I statistically listen to see what my most listened to are? I think I can. Maybe. Let's see. Let me go to I have a playlist from last year. It was like my most played songs of 2025. So let's see what the top ones were. Yeah, it's basically the whole album. You have Charlie's Garden, Potion, Basic Being Basic, Gap 2 Smile, and Link, all in my top 6 most listened to songs. So that stretch of the album, I would listen to a bunch, but pretty much the Crux album was what I listened to last year. Yeah, just love Joe. Love him. He's fantastic. I have not listened to Finn's new album, but I've heard some of Finn's songs. Do I prefer Outer Banks or Wednesday? Probably Outer Banks just because of some of the nostalgia that I have with it. But Wednesday, I still thoroughly enjoy. I have a Wednesday jersey that I got. I ordered it I ordered it like a month or two ago for season 3. I was like, I'm going to make a lot of Wednesday videos again, and I'm going to need something to wear. And so it's a really sick, like black and purple pinstripe jersey with like thing on it. And I haven't had the chance to wear it yet, but I do cover Wednesday, just not like as intensely as some of the other things I cover. But when season 3 comes out, and when we get the trailer and when we actually get news, I will be very thrilled to wear that jersey. Favorite MCU movie is Infinity War, but if we're not doing any sort of team up movie, it's probably the first Iron Man, which is like I've seen just like disgusting things said about that movie lately that just I don't agree with at all. People are like, this movie sucked. It sucked. Superman shits on Iron Man. I was like, no. That's fine. Everyone has their opinion. I know there's a lot of people who love Superman, but I was just like, no, sorry. And if anything, you should be comparing Man of Steel to Iron Man because this is the DC's second go-round at a cinematic universe. It's not looking too good for him. So anyway, End of Beginning's a banger. I feel like it was a lot of people's introduction to Joe, which is totally valid. Delete ya. Yeah, a lot of love for Delete ya in the comments here. Hot take, I don't like the character Angela. Who does? Seeing her get whacked with that skate was kind of like rewarding. It was like, okay, I'm all right with this. Dude, I'm watching from the start because I joined late. What do you mean season 5, Ep 4 was in 4th place? It's the best episode. Yeah, 4th place, and it could have been lower, honestly. I think there are better episodes, but it's still great. Top 3 villains of all time, just in general? I mean, Darth Vader, I really think Hans Gruber is just a fantastic villain. I quote him a lot more than I realize, especially in the holiday season. Mr. Takagi. I said that the other day, just randomly. I don't know why. I was just like, I love to do Alan Rickman's voice, rest in peace, just in different things. How he goes like, I don't even know. I can't think of a line that I say, but I just do his voice when I'm walking around sometimes. I'll be like, Harry Potter. I'll just kind of talk like that. Mr. Takagi. That wasn't as good, but it's like deep. It's echoey from the back of the it's like one of the best voices in movies. Mr. Takagi. Oh, and then when in Die Hard, when he does like the American voice, you know, when they're on that one layer, he's like, oh God, don't shoot, please don't shoot. Oh, and then what does he say? He's McClane's like, what's your name? He's like, Clay, Bill Clay. But he's like doing his normal accent, and then he pulls the gun on him. He has the blank. Die Hard's such a freaking great movie. I love Die Hard. It is a must watch every year for me. Ready for CFB season soon? Absolutely. It's coming up quick. Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen. Have you bought the 10-year anniversary Stranger Things Funkos? No, I actually don't plan to. I just don't think they look very good. I know it's kind of maybe a hot take, maybe not, but I don't vibe with them. I don't like the split face. I think it looks kind of ugly. So what can you do? Iron Man's my favorite Marvel character. For sure. Joe has an insane discography. I agree. No one's mentioned Chateau. That's one of his OG songs too that really hits. Favorite Spider-Man movie? I love this one right here. The OG Spider-Man is one of my faves. No Way Home goes hard. The animated movies go hard as well. But those are kind of the ones that come to mind. Peace, Matt. Hope you have a good night. I won't go too much longer. It's been an hour 40, but I mean, I'm having a good time. If you guys are having a good time, I can keep it rolling a little longer. Again, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get your question. I've had to scroll past a lot just because there's so many in here, but that's the way to guarantee I get to. It's also just a huge way to help support the channel as well. This question here is good. It says, if you had to take the core party from Stranger Things and put them into a completely different movie, show, or franchise, where would you put them? So the characters are the same. They're just in another movie or show. That's interesting. I feel like it would have to be a horror movie. Like I would like to see them in like, what if we got a Fear Street movie with them? You know, it's very, very similar. but like a Fear Street movie with them would be fun, especially like the season 4 era, season 4, The Party, and it's Fear Street, Sarah Fear. Those movies are really fun, especially the trilogy. That would be fun. Fear Street or like It, Welcome to Derry with those kids would have made It Welcome to Derry better. That's all I'm saying. And I liked It Welcome to Derry, but it's just it's not as good as Stranger Things, which is weird to compare the two. But do I think Homelander was weak in the final battle of the boys? Semi. I was actually talking about this recently when I was getting my hair cut. The dude who cuts my hair, we were talking about the boys, and he just finished it, and he was like, the final fight should have been bigger. And I was like, yeah, it should have been. It definitely should have been. That was the complaint of most people after it. It's very valid, and I actually do agree with it. It was not as scorched earth as they said it would be. Still liked the finale, by the way, but yeah. I don't know what this is. When do I plan on joining Blue Sky? Is that like another social media page or something? I think I might have heard of it. I really don't know what it is, though. Top 3 DComs. I've never seen The Descendants. It was a little past my time. But off the top of my head, I would have to say the 2 High School Musicals that are DComs have to be on the list. Minutemen has to be in the conversation. You have to throw a bone to these are newer ones, like 2011 to 2012 range, but I watched them as an adult for the first time. The duo that is Let It Shine and Lemonade Mouth are really good. Old school, though, I'm going to just throw some out. These aren't top ones or anything, but I'm just throwing some out there, okay? Ones I grew up watching. Have you guys heard of the movie Hatching Pete? Mitchell Musso and I believe Jason Dolly are in it. You have a movie called Den Brother. These are just random DComs that I have seen in my life. There was a wrestling movie. I think it was called like Going to the Mat with a blind wrestler. One called like Buffalo something about a bike. It was like a biking movie that you had like Johnny Tsunami. Like it's just a bunch of random movies, but they were good and entertaining. Luck of the Irish is crazy. I watched that at a live show with Pretty Much It last August. It was a riot. Koba from Planet of the Apes is a phenomenal villain. Yeah, he is. Koba. Favorite Harry Potter movie is the third one. One last question. Will Brandon make 1.5 billion? I'm going to say yes. I think it's going to make 1.6 billion. How about that? Maybe even more. Maybe even more. Favorite movie of all time in general. Hard not to say one of these 3 movies, being Raiders, The Social Network, or Back to the Future. Potentially Remember the Titans on certain days. Potentially some Nolan movies, honestly. Wendy Wu Homecoming Warriors, a deep cut. That's a deep cut right there, actually. What's another one? Princess Protection Program. Wizards of Waverly Place movie. Sweet Life on Deck movie. You've got this is not a DCOM, but it's like a defining movie. Holes. It played on Disney Channel all the time, but Holes rules. I don't know what these are, unfortunately. Is this DCOM or not? I really don't. Forgive my ignorance. I don't know what these are. Favorite Middle Earth? The whole trilogy. But I mean, Fellowship of the Ring is the one that I'm just like, it's so whimsical, magical, heartwarming, filled with this journey, but also just like for that time period, there's nothing like it where they shot a trilogy consecutively. Practically, like I still am blown away. But you can go do like the in-person tour of New Zealand where they filmed, but characters just like walking in these expansive fields and mountain ranges and hills, and it's all real. It's gorgeous. Like that trilogy, probably one of the best looking. Actually, screw it. I think in terms of shooting on location, it's on the Mount Rushmore of best looking movies. The whole trilogy. I mean, the location scouting was unreal. It's yeah. I'm when the weather gets colder, I will be doing a Middle Earth rewatch. I feel it in my blood. I went through a phase. It was like 23 and 24. I watched them like 2 or 3 times, the trilogy, because I showed it to Cam once, and then I rewatched it for the first time in years. And then I think it was just twice. I think it was I think it was twice that I did a rewatch, and it was relatively within. It was like, I think it was like the beginning of 2024, maybe. And then like it was also in the summer of 2023. So it was like bang, bang. And then I haven't watched it since then. But oh man, they're fun movies. Drake and Josh Go Hollywood is just all-time cinema. Is the art behind you custom? No, you can get your own prints from Adams Art Box. He's the man. Did the stream freeze? Let me know, because sometimes it will do that. I apologize if it did. Will I watch Attack on Titan? Maybe one day. More random live streams. I love doing them. I've actually done a good bit. I know they're not always Stranger Things themed, but I've done a good bit over the weeks. I try and do one every other week, but I would love to do more. Does Doomsday beat Infinity War in terms of quality? No. It doesn't beat Endgame in quality. It's it might not even beat the original Avengers in quality. If it can beat Age of Ultron, that'd be good. But I mean, it's you can't replicate the build up to Infinity War and Endgame and the quality of those superhero movies to me very easily. And so, no, I don't think it'll be as good as those. That frankly, if it is, that means it's the best MCU movie, and it's not going to be that. The real question is, how will it stack up to the post Endgame movies in general? That's what I'm interested in seeing. Well, peace out. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for stopping by. Very excited to see Maya Hawke in Hunger Games. I think we'll get the Doomsday teaser or trailer on Monday or at San Diego Comic-Con is the safer bet. It's the safer play. Indy's doing great. He's doing great. I'm going to go see him here in a second because I think I'm going to end the stream soon. We've been going for almost 2 hours, but it's been a lot of fun. I'll take a couple more questions here and then we'll wrap it up. But it's been a real fun time. Thank you guys for joining here live. Thank you for tuning into the awards portion. If you watched back on the replay, thank you for that as well. Thank you for sending the super chat. If you liked, commented, whatever you did, thank you for being here. Your support truly does mean the world. I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con. Well, I hope you have a great time. Are you going to go to the Hall H panel, the Marvel panel? Are you going? I've had way too much Diet Dr. Pepper today, so I am going to be awake late tonight, I feel. I can sense it. Gavin with a question at the buzzer, by the way. Stranger Things 5 or Welcome to Derry? Stranger Things 5, and I'm sorry I know that's like a hot take to people, but there's something about that movie or that show that, like, yes, Stranger Things 5 has flaws. I get that, but it's something I'm going to over Welcome to Derry. My nose is super itchy right now. Sorry. You know what? Kelgrave Films. I have the chance to do something right now. I think I'm going to do it. Kelgrave Films, I've seen. He's been putting in the work. He's been tagging me. I've seen his stuff. I think I'm going to do this right now on live stream. I think I'm going to give him one of his stones. So Kelgrave Films is a movie creator on TikTok, just started, and he's got this journey trying to acquire all 6 Greystones. Each Greystone is a creator following me, does like daily movie reviews, movie content, and I'm going to go ahead and do this right here, right now. Hold on. Right here, right now. Boom. There you go, dude. Yeah, keep it up. I love the grind. And I remember I started content in 2019, actually. Technically before then, but dude, keep at it, man. I'm rooting for you. And there you go. There you go. I'm honored to be included in that list, but no, I appreciate what you're doing, man. And keep it up. Keep it up, dude. Love to see it. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. You have a question to go with it? If so, I'll answer it. Let's see. We'll answer a few more here. Rattle off some. Starcourt says characters are pretty forgettable in Welcome to Derry. Let's be honest. Yeah. What can you do? I liked Welcome to Derry, but I also did reactions to it, and I was like, huh. But the best character, they did a misdirect. Though. They did a misdirect where they like killed a couple characters in the first episode. I was like, what is going on here? So that was nuts. Thank you so much. That really does mean the world. I appreciate that. You're totally valid for that, Gavin, by the way. And you know what, dude? I see your profile pic. I've been wanting to rewatch There Will Be Blood. It's a movie I watched in college at a younger age. I couldn't fully appreciate it then. Shout out Cam with the super chat. How excited are you to get married on a scale of 1 to 10? The scale is broken. Over a 10, I would say. 5-star rating on Letterboxd. No. Is this the real Musty Kid? He lurks in the shadows. I think if this is, it's an honor to see you here, dude. I see your stuff. About to cook up a trailer for that, dude. Love to hear it, man. Love to see it. No shot. I watched you on a channel called Build Thrill and would tune into these lives all the time. I vividly remember that. I'm serious. There are names in the live streams that are ingrained into my brain. Build Thrill, I vividly remember. I can't remember like specific encounters, but I do remember being like Build Thrill here, but reading that name. That's one of the names I mean, that you can go back. You could probably find that if someone wants to get crazy and go look through all the streams. I vividly remember that. So that's crazy. You have been around for a while then. That's you aren't lying. That's been multiple years of like probably like, and I could be wrong here, 2022 even, I want to say. Maybe 2023, but yeah. That's awesome, dude. The real Musty Kid. That's hype, dude. Top 3 TV shows. We'll go the Breaking Bad universe, because I cheat when I say that. That's Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. We'll go Stranger Things, and I will go with let's throw a sitcom in there just for the vibes. We'll go It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which, by the way, season 18, it is coming out in August. So August has become a loaded month in the back half. Do I think Squid Game had a bad ending? Honestly, no. I'm in the minority. I think it had a great ending. Very poetic. James Cameron's Avatar characters, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the minority on those movies as well. Me and Starcourt both are. Just not really my thing. Thanks for the awards. It was fun. Well, thank you for tuning in. I had a blast doing it. Love the WSKK hat, by the way. I own one myself. What a cool piece of merch. Have you had kangaroo? No. I think I saw this question earlier. I've never consumed kangaroo. Favorite OBX character? Mine's Pope, might be a hot take. I think I'm kind of with you. There are days where I agree. I'm like Pope in season 2, especially. Earlier seasons Pope might be my answer. Alton says, you're my favorite YouTuber. I've been watching since 2023, and I love your videos so much. Every time I get a notification that you post, I get so excited. Well, that warms my heart. Thank you for saying that. It's very kind. It's always reassuring to hear this sometimes. You know, as a creator, you can get in your head and things like that. And so thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. What are Cam's thoughts on the Odyssey? I don't know if she's still in here. She's in the room over. She loved it. Yeah, she loved it. About to watch that Nirvana movie. Nirvana, the band that showed the movie, has a bit that had me laughing out loud. I will tell you what it is after. First, it was just the facial expression of Matt Johnson and the way in which it was shot. It killed me. Embrace it, dude. It's basically like Back to the Future levels of, it's like a parody of that almost, but it's actually surprisingly heartfelt and like talks about the power of friendship and true friends and everything. Like it's really entertaining, like really just fresh. You don't see movies like that much. And how they did it at a technical level is impressive to me. They bring back character. By the way, you guys have brought the energy at the end of the stream, and I was about to end it, and I'm like, no, we got to keep it going now. I was literally about to end the stream, and then I was like, no, we got to run it. We got to keep going. It's probably specifically Breaking Bad, probably Jesse. All of the universe, it's hard not to say Jimmy, McGill, or Saul. They're the same person, by the way. Have I missed anything? There were some good ones in here. Let's see. Never seen either of these shows, to be honest with you, but I've seen like clips. I've seen clips on TikTok. I've never seen Dexter. Main reason being I've heard the sorry, I just read something in the chat. The I've heard the ending sucks, so I haven't watched it. Starcourt says Dune universe, particularly Dune 2, is better than every Star Wars movie. Oh my goodness. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Oh Lord. Insane to me. But again, that's how we all have our opinions, you know. I can't do it. We'll do it live. That's one of my favorite clips. The caffeine's getting to me right now. I'm like tweaking, but no, I can't do it. I think the original trilogy clears Dune 2. I think Andor clears Dune 2, but I've only seen Dune 2 once, but I mean, yes, Dune 2 is well shot, but yeah, I think Dune 2 is, I don't talk about this much on the channel at all because it ruffles so many feathers, but I think Dune 2 is overrated. That doesn't mean it's bad. I just think that it's overrated. We'll see how Dune 3 is, though. I'm going in open-minded. I want that to be made clear. But that was funny. Oh, man. I'll give you Dune 2 is better than The Force Awakens. Or Dune 2 is better than the sequels and, like, some of those lower-tier movies, though, for sure. The David Lynch Dune, though. Let's talk about that. All right. Should I or should I not get an electric guitar? Do you play guitar would be my first question. If so, and you're interested, why not? Go for it. My favorite DC movie is probably The Dark Knight or The Batman. Or The Dark Knight Rises. Or The Dark Knight Trilogy. Anything Batman is going to be my answer for that. Favorite character from Wednesday, not including Wednesday, Fester. He's such a funny little guy. Brand new live stream? Maybe. Maybe that week's going to be crazy for me, personally. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I've seen plenty of clips from, just never watched it. Did you see the teaser for The Batman Part 2? Yes, they moved it to February of 2028. What are we doing? What are we doing? Preston, good to see you in here. Shout out to Preston. I saw him at the Joe concert in 2025. I remember that, so nice to meet you there. Micah says, thank you for your vids. Well, thank you for watching, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, 2028 for the Batman 2 is almost egregious, and it's indefensible. And I saw James Gunn make some comment that was, I don't know if this is even him. It might have just been, it might have been like the fact, what did he say? It might have been fake. If it is real, it doesn't matter. But I saw it regardless, okay? There's a talking point going around right now that's like, what is it? It's basically James Gunn trying to defend the gap between sequels. He was like 6 years is actually kind of normal. And then he listed like 4 or 5 movies where sequels take a lot longer. He even cited Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. And it's just like, it's almost tone deaf, if you want the honest opinion on that. Like it's genuinely tone deaf. He was listing examples of things where, yeah, I think he listed like Terminator 1 and 2, Avatar 2. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like most superhero movies, when you have, I mean, there is no excuse. It really is. There's no excuse that it took this long to make the next Batman. There isn't. And I'm not saying rush it. 6 years. 6 years. People were losing their minds over 3.5 years for Stranger Things, between Stranger Things 4 and 5. And that was over 8 hours of content, of media. It's a movie. It's a 2.5 hour movie, probably. And it's not an Avengers movie. It's not a Spider-Man movie. There's probably actually little VFX. Christopher Nolan. I'm about to list a bunch of... Denis Villeneuve made a Dune trilogy in from 21 to 26. Or was it 2020? If you count filming, I guess. 6 years to make a Dune trilogy. Nolan has made a movie every 3 years from 20... Excuse me. The longest we've waited between films for Nolan is 4 years. And look at the scale of his movies. Those Star Wars movies, the sequels, it was every other year. It's indefensible. I'm sorry. So it is insane, dude. It is insane that it has taken this long. I cannot believe it. There's my rant. There's my rant on that. Apologies. I had to get that off my chest. And you know what? It's also kind of insane that this is a little more understandable, but it isn't. And hear me out. Beyond the Spider-Verse taking this long is inexcusable, and here's why. If they had never teased that that movie is going to come out in March of 2024, it would be okay. But when you go see Across the Spider-Verse in theaters, it's like to be continued. And then you like look it up and you're like, holy crap, the next movie comes out in 10 months. That was 3 years ago. And we have to wait a whole nother year and it might get delayed again. You can't do that. That's not fair. So that's why I'm pissed about that one. Like if they were just like, well, mainly it's, sorry, I had a fuzz in my mouth. They have a cliffhanger ending. You can't cliffhang for 4 or 5 years. At least with the Batman, like we don't need a sequel, right? There was a definitive ending to that story. We've been cliffhanged for 4 years now, or 3, 4 next year. What are we doing? I know the animation is extremely extravagant. There's not much like it. It's like those are the best looking animated films ever. But what are we doing? Is anyone else frustrated by that? And I get it. I hear the points of it being super elaborate animation. I totally understand that. It's just like, damn, I don't know. It frustrates me. It frustrates me. I can't lie. What are y'all's thoughts? It is frustrating. This is valid, honestly. I mean, this is kind of morbid, but it is true. They straight up lied. Beyond was 10 months away. It hadn't even started making it. Yeah, it's like they faked us out is what they did. So it was a bummer, but what can you do? What can you do? Am I excited for GTA 6? Yes and no. I mean, I played some GTA 5 with my friends, but I haven't played a lot lately. I'm watching any shows right now. House of the Dragon Season 3, The Bear Season 5, which I've basically stalled out on. I watched 2 or 3 episodes, I can't remember, and I just have not picked it back up. I want to see how it ends, but I couldn't really get into it. I don't know. It sucks, but I just couldn't get into it. So those are the ones I'm watching right now. But other than that, I'm not really watching much TV. I'm watching a lot of movies, though. A lot of movies. Have I played Hogwarts Legacy? Yes. My fiance, soon-to-be wife, Cam, loves not House of the Dragon, Hogwarts Legacy. It's a very fun, immersive game and kind of a blueprint for what they could actually do with the Harry Potter trilogy if they wanted to just make something new within the world. I did watch Obsession. I actually have my my review on Letterboxd right now if you want to check it out. It was really good. It was really good. I gave it 4 out of 5. It's one of my favorites of the year. I would go Odyssey, Project Hail Mary, Nirvana the Band, the show, the movie. Then I would go Send Help and Obsession are kind of tied for me right now. So yeah, it's one of the better ones of this year for sure. And it's a movie that I feel like if I watch it again, I might like it even more now that I know what I'm getting into and all that jazz. It's definitely better than like, I mean, like in terms of original horror movies, it's better than, I mean, what are people comparing it to? I haven't seen Backrooms yet. I'm going to watch that soon. But I guess, I don't know. I think I still prefer Weapons. I actually know I do. I really love Weapons. But it's not like, yeah. No, I think the one, that's the one. I got to watch Talk to Me again one day and compare those because that's one that people compare a lot. But yeah, no, Obsession was good. Highly recommend. Okay. Same about Bear. Yeah, I don't know a soul. Like one person in the real world who I know has actually finished The Bear. Most of my friends have fallen off. Like one of them is like, yeah, dude, I watched the 3rd season and I was done. He's like, I don't watch 4. Or he's like, or people watched 4 and they're like, I don't care anymore. So the fall off, it's sad, but it's the truth and there's nothing you can do about it. So I've actually never seen the horror movie Smile. I just finished Game of Thrones season 4, best season of television ever in my mode. Does it get better or worse? Depends on your stance. I think that season 4 or 5 and 6 are on par with it. 4 is the best season of that show, but 5 and 6 are on par with it. And I think 7 as well. 8 is where it really falls off though. But I think that's good. I just realized we're over 2 hours. So I'm probably going to go ahead and call it. All good things must come to an end. But I had a blast. Thank you guys so much for joining here for the live Q&A portion, the hangout. Stranger Things turned 10 today. Where'd all the time go? Truly blows my mind. Had a blast on this stream, truly. And thank you guys for tuning into the Stranger Things awards portion. I'll probably clip some of that. Might put it on some socials, so stay tuned for the highlights of that maybe. But had a blast. Really fun. Thought this was a great way to celebrate Stranger Things turning 10. Doing the awards. I might do more things like this, for Stranger Things Day or just in general, but I do go live fairly frequently, so stay tuned for that. And it's more of a hangout session if you guys are interested. Got a lot of Christopher Nolan videos coming, mainly just actually my ranking of his movies to come soon, and then some short form content as well you won't want to miss. But yeah, Spider-Man's right around the corner. Lots to be excited about. Outer Banks next month. San Diego Comic-Con's coming up. You got D23. These next couple months are going to be fun. So hopefully you guys stick around. I know a lot of you tune in for Stranger Things, but I do cover a lot of other things as well. So consider giving it a chance if you're interested. But thank you guys. Happy Stranger Things 10-year anniversary to all. It was a fun one. Had a great time. And yeah, that's going to do it. Happy birthday, Stranger Things. Happy 10-year anniversary to the great, great show that we all love that changed the game forever for Netflix. And thank you for watching Stranger Things World's... Thank you for watching the Stranger Things Awards. Thank you for voting, participating. Again, watching here live or on the replay. Comment down below if you're watching on the replay. It means a lot. Lots of fun things coming to the channel soon. But that is going to do it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the upside down. Or, for the non-Stranger Things part, I'll see you guys later.